Okay. Hello, I'm Chris, and I'm a samurai devil.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I remember what the spoilers did to the spoilers.
That's so vague.
And we don't podcast.
But what we did do today... Ooh, see, I did that time.
Yeah, there we go. Or what we did over the last few days. Or, well, I mean, what you did like 3 months ago, and I just did very, very recently.
Yeah.
Is, catch up with the anime adaptation of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah!
Which everyone in the anime community is talking about, and they're all like, oh my god, it's so good. And I'm like, I know, I read the manga.
Yeah, like, I saw it not animated.
Yeah, and I still liked it.
Yeah. Surprise. Okay, yeah, I guess... Well, yeah. First, TeaTime. I have a sweet tea.
And I have nothing. Because I do not want to drink anything right now.
It's very good. But going to Chainsaw Man, I guess we'll just start off spoiler-free thoughts. It's still pretty good.
It's still pretty good,
like,
yes. Who would have thought? The anime that everyone loves, we also think is pretty good.
Yeah, the manga was good, and then the anime...
The manga was excellent. A masterwork.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking... Well, as a whole, I agree. I still think the beginning is still pretty good, but, like, we are talking about the 12 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of the manga, those chapters were
pretty good. They're pretty good.
I think the anime did really good at, like, making it look...
Yes.
And I like that the anime focused slightly more on, like, the seriousness of the stuff. Well, so that, like, you can experience this in both the manga and the anime and get different things from it. And I like that. Because the anime looks gorgeous. Like, it looks really good. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it looks pretty good.
Yes, and so does the manga.
And the manga looks great.
And in the manga, the Fujimoto guy, he does a lot of things in there that it can only be done in manga format.
Yeah, his paneling is second to none in terms of manga. The way he panels his story layout is... It's insane. Like read some of his other work, like Goodbye Eri, and
that was all right.
I thought you didn't like Look Back.
I don't remember which one is which.
Look Back is the one with the two girls, and Goodbye Eri is the one with the girl and the guy.
Goodbye Eri's the movies one.
Yes.
Okay. That one was all right.
Yeah.
The other one I just straight up didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wrong. That's fine. Opinions.
I have not read Fire Punch.
I have the first 2 volumes, but I have not read them yet. I heard it's fucked up. It's crazy.
I know a very small amount of the plot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chainsaw Man. If you don't know anything about it, it's about a guy.
It's the greatest manga of all time, probably. I don't know.
That's gonna be a hot take. I mean, I do think it's really good though. Like it's very concise.
Easily in my top 3 manga.
Out of the ones you've read,
out of the 10 manga I've read, yeah.
Hey, you know, that's something. Yeah, so it's about a boy who becomes a chainsaw man.
It's about a boy who becomes a man with chainsaws.
That is. I know it's dumb, but that is kind of the plot. It's just about him trying to fight this. While trying to survive and make his life better, and then fight the gun devil, and that's basically the plot of Chainsaw Man up until the end.
Okay, I mean, if you are not sold on the guy has chainsaws,
yes,
then I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you're just gonna have to trust us that it's really good. Because for me, when I found out about this manga, and I think it was you and another friend of ours who recommended it to me, I saw the cover and he's got like the chainsaws on his hands coming out of his head. He's like, dude, that looks fucking sick.
Yeah, it's metal. I don't have the volumes like the anime covers because I lent them out to my cousin. But
this is the half where more stuff happens.
Yeah, so, if you're an anime only and you thought the first half was good or the first third was good, these are better by a decent amount, I'd say.
Yeah, like the first half is good for establishing stuff, and it's like a good showcase of Fujimoto's art skills.
Yeah.
But the second half is where the plot actually starts happening.
Yeah. You know? And you're just like, oh, this is crazy. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is also depressing. Like, oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, so for me, I read like when I was back reading the manga like 2 years ago, I read I read around the same amount as the anime covered one day, and then like 3 weeks later, I came back to it, and I was reading it on the toilet, and I stayed on the toilet for 3 hours because I wanted to finish it.
Yeah, you're just like
I didn't even notice I was taking a shit.
you completely forgot. You're just like, I'm reading. That's all I'm doing.
I am immersed in the chainsaw world.
Yeah. So we recommend, because I think you can get both value out of just watching the anime or reading the manga.
But they both like they both have different appeals. Is the thing.
Yeah, like
they're both really good.
Yeah, which I think that an anime adaptation, the Chainsaw Man anime did, I think, enough to say, oh, this is why we needed an adaptation. Because I think most adaptations don't do that. I feel like they just were like, oh, what if we just put it into this medium and then change nothing or make no like interesting like additions. But the anime adds scenes that are cool, that establish like the slice of life vibe and also the seriousness of stuff. This I feel like is more comedic, like the manga, and I mean it takes the serious stuff seriously, but I feel like it has a more comedic feel, just because Fujimoto is really good at paneling, and I think that you could get a good amount of like out of either, like out of the kind of rough art style of Fujimoto or the like precise beauty of like the anime. Like you have your fill to eat with both of them. Like
it's not like One Piece where the manga and the anime feel pretty much exactly the same.
Well, the anime is slower, but other than that, like they don't. Like, the new stuff they've been adding. Stuff.
Yeah, I've heard the new stuff's good, but you know.
Or like any cartoon / anime to live action, where they just like butcher it by just, oh yeah, they have similar scenes, and then it's bad.
I've just heard that the live action adaptations are bad. I've never actually watched them.
Why not?
Because I've heard they're bad.
That's fair.
What do you think?
Wow. But yeah, so do you want to get into, I guess, spoilers of the first 12 episodes of Chainsaw Man?
I suppose, anime? Sure.
Okay. I didn't take notes the same way like I usually do because I watched it weekly, so I just didn't take notes.
I will say this is probably a really good show to watch weekly because, you know, different ending each time.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's talk about the endings. There's a different ending for every episode. And
that's a lot of man hours right there.
Oh yeah. And not just ending song, like ending animation.
Yeah.
Like, which fits, I think, pretty well the tone of each episode and like what they're like establishing.
Yeah.
And it's great. Like, I don't know the songs by heart. I don't know if you do, but
I don't.
I like episode 9's ending, where again spoilers, Himeno dies.
Is that the one where it's got like it's all red and then it's got like the entrails going?
No, that's episode 10 or
okay.
11. I think it's 10 because that's when Makima like squishes people.
Oh, okay.
So, which okay, we'll keep talking about the endings, I guess. Then there's the one ending where it shows all the Division 4 people. Division 4, right?
Yeah, Division 4.
Division 4 people as horses and like just running.
I don't remember that one.
I can show it to you after.
I mean, they're really the one that I remember the most is the one that I like the song from. It was Maximum the Hormone did a track for one of the endings.
Which ending was that?
I don't remember.
Oh my god. You're the music guy.
Yeah, the music guy.
That's fair. I'm asking about which one it was. But yeah, I think all the endings work pretty well. Like, you'll like some more than others. I mean, I presume that's how music works.
Yeah.
I like episode 9's. No, episode 8. I think I'm mixing up my episodes now. It's fine.
Yeah, I really like the visuals for all of them, but since they are basically just music videos, if the music isn't good, I'm not going to have much interest in it.
And you didn't like some of the songs?
Most of them I wasn't super into, no. Like, everyone seems to be fucking head over heels in love with the opening.
I do like the opening quite a bit. Do you not like it?
I think it's alright.
I think it does...
I like the opening bass line. And that shot where like it's the 3D of the main floor and they're walking on the street.
Yeah.
But then once it cuts to the shot of young Denji holding Pochita, that's when I just start skipping ahead.
Dude, it's okay. I really like it. There's a lot of like symbolism and foreshadowing for the rest of the manga, but we don't have to talk about that because that's future stuff.
That's future stuff.
But yeah, it has a lot of foreshadowing, and it's. I wish I could talk about it because it's a lot of spoilers. like the opening is just spoilers for the manga. But yeah, the opening ending's cool. We didn't mention this in the spoiler-free stuff, but the voice acting. What do you think of the voices?
Okay, I watched it in the original Japanese.
Yeah.
So I thought Kobeni was kind of annoying.
You found a character annoying?
Yes.
That's wild to me. Especially after our Hades episode.
Okay. I mean, again, I don't speak or understand Japanese all that well.
Yeah.
So I can't judge it as well as I could if it was like the English dub. But I mean, yeah, it seemed pretty good. I mean, voice acting, yeah.
I think most people would agree with you that Kobeni was a lot during the Eternity Devil stuff.
It's a lot of
yeah, which can grow annoying.
Yeah, because in the manga, Kobeni's like one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a. I was hoping for more good, less bad on the shrieking, you know.
Yeah, because in the manga you can't hear her shriek.
Precisely.
Yeah. But yeah, so people I think had a similar opinion for her in the beginning scenes of her.
Oh.
Like towards the end, like she doesn't do that as much.
Yeah, she has more dialogue in the later episodes.
Yeah, which you know that she also has more dialogue later also. But yeah, I thought because people originally were really hesitant on Makima's voice actress. Because
I liked her.
I thought she was great. Because the thing is, people thought that because she's like a domineering woman or like powerful presence, they thought that she was gonna have like a stronger voice.
Like, oh, they thought they were gonna go for that ada shit, or
kind of, but just like just I guess maybe slightly deeper, like slightly more like demanding. But I
Denji, you are my dog.
But I think the soft voice works very well. Because she'll say some fucked up shit, and you're like, "Well, that's you sound so calm about that."
That's the way they portray Makima in the manga.
Yeah,
so I think that works.
Yeah.
Plus, for the kind of character that Makima is, like in the manga, I feel like a softer voice does fit that a lot better than a
I agree.
Loud.
I agree. I don't know about loud, but just commanding, right? Like she's very just like soft spoken, and she's just like, "Oh, Denji, could you come over here real quick and like kill this guy for me?" And she's just like, "Sure." I thought Denji was good. I thought Power was good. I thought he was fine. He's kind of just calm.
Collected. I mean, I didn't really notice any problems with the voice acting other than Kobeni being loud, but
fair enough. Okay, well, what are some things that you want to talk about then?
I want to talk about how they did Sakuga for more than just the fight scenes.
Yes. Like the one of Aki just living his mourning.
Yeah,
that was gorgeous.
Like on one's bringing the cigarette up to his mouth.
Oh my god, it was great.
Yeah, like okay, so typically in anime, you guys have probably seen this. Like the fight scenes typically look really good, but then when they're just talking, like the lip flaps are just like open frame, close frame, and the rest of their body just isn't moving at all. This
was not that.
Yeah, this is like the next level right here.
Because the thing is with Chainsaw Man, with compared to most shonen, is that the fights are very quick. Like
yes.
they don't announce any fighting moves. They don't like talk in the middle of battle that much. Like they call each other names, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's some dialogue that's shared occasionally, but it's mostly just like let's go, ha! And
Yeah,
it's
and then they
over.
just attack each other.
Yeah.
And then one of them gets hurt or killed. Because it's like, yeah, that's what would happen.
Yeah.
Like, and so a lot of a lot of the scenes are you just sitting with characters discussing things or like, doing something else or just living their lives. And so Mappa, bless you. Mappa animates scenes like that beautifully. Like,
Or they are now. What else? They did, like, season 1 of Hero Aka, right?
no, Mappa did I think they did. What did they do? I want to say they did Kakegurui. Maybe I'm wrong on that one.
I didn't see that one.
They did the newest season of Attack on Titan.
Okay.
They it's another action show that I can't remember right now that they did. That was in my mind.
Fruits Basket.
Yeah, they're gonna do the new One Punch Man season 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're going to.
Oh, wait, did they do One Punch season 1?
No,
No?
that was Madhouse.
Madhouse, that's right. Okay.
I think they did Shingeki no Bahamut.
I didn't see that
Rage
one.
of Bahamut. I think that's Mappa. It's an anime original. Well, I think it's based off a mobile game, but it's like the story is anime original. The first season's pretty good. Like, it's just a solid fantasy adventure. I recommend that. No one talks about that show. The second season's good, but I think less good because it's just there's more chaotic stuff that's just not as good. Anyway, I don't know. But they did pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
or them and their additional studios in Korea.
yeah,
They show those in the credits. So.
Because like what other scenes were just
Okay, so straight up, one of my favorite fights in all of anime was in this season of Chainsaw Man.
Okay, which I'm assuming
What are you thinking of?
I don't know. I'm just saying, speak your
Okay.
piece.
Snake and Sword versus Aki and
Ghost.
Ghost Lady. Ghost Lady.
Yeah, it was
Kobeni. No.
Himeno.
Himeno.
Himeno. Yeah, that was very good. That whole episode was just sick.
Yeah. Is very quick. Is very readable. There are some very bold decisions done with the way that things are shot and cut.
Yeah.
You see the whole thing twice.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Oh, it's great. I think, yeah, as soon as Makima gets shot, like, because the thing is, this show just looks cinematic. Like, Fujimoto is a movie buff, and so it feels like you're watching a movie, like a shot movie. I mean, I know it's animated, so they can put whatever they want anywhere, but it just feels that way, like, from the shot compositions.
Mise en scène. Now they think I look smart, so.
And yeah, it just is great. I think the whole from her getting shot, even right before.
I really like the scene where they all pull out the guns and stuff.
Yeah, because they all like go down, and you're just like, well, that's weird. Like, I saw a lot of reactors just go like, what was that? Like,
why is the old lady reaching into her purse?
Yeah.
This is concerning.
And then the fight on the roof is just like Samurai Sword is just so very good. Like he is cool fight, swinging his arms around.
He dabs and then he kills.
Yeah, he dabs and then kills. He does a deep dab. He has to go on the ground. So yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, like the snake appears in one frame and then disappears just into another frame. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
damn. God damn.
like technically that's not hard to do, but
It's
like
a very bold artistic
it is
choice.
bold and it pays off. And like you said, you see the same scene in the next episode, but different.
Yeah, it's from a different angle.
Yeah, and then the snake kind of like becomes like smoke and disappears in that one, and I was just like, it just looks great. Like the whole thing, Chainsaw Man just looks beautiful. And if you say it doesn't, then you haven't probably watched a lot
get
of
better
anime.
eyes.
Yeah, get better eyes. What next should we talk about?
How about the man behind the chainsaw?
Denji.
Denji, the titular Denji.
Yeah. What do you... Okay. Based on just the 12 episodes, how do you feel the Denji is? One, I guess, of his character generally, and then the portrayal of Denji from what you know in the manga.
Okay. Denji's cool because he's crazy. I like him. in the manga, he go more crazy, so I still like him. I'm not a characters guy, Chris.
Yeah, but you brought up Denji.
Yeah, because it was a good transition. That's where my mind went.
I guess
you can't expect me to follow through on my word. What do I look like? Responsible to you, huh?
Oh my god.
I mean, he's very atypical for a shonen protagonist.
Yeah, he's very much.
He's not concerned with like helping civilians, really.
No, he's self-interested.
Yeah,
like, which I think is, important. And the thing too is that like a lot of people have pointed this out, but just his life is pretty shit. Like,
yeah, he's been like tortured and depraved his entire life.
Yeah,
so
like he's had he has bread sometimes if he's lucky. like him having the first piece of bread with a bunch of like jam and honey and shit on it, and like it's vindicating. You're like, oh, like thank God he finally got this one thing, and you're like being thankful that he gets that, even though he's just like, oh yeah, I don't care about these people. Like, also he's a not pervy. He is a horny teenager, but he's not a creep.
He's solely motivated by sex, pretty much.
For a little bit,
For a little bit,
yeah. And compared to someone like Mineta or Jiraiya or or like
it's a lot more like he's a real person, instead
like
of just a trope.
Yeah, because like the other ones, they're like they harass and sometimes worse. And
yeah, in this one, the ladies harass him
because I don't think he does a single thing at the very least in the first 12 episodes like without anyone's like consent.
Yeah, which is for sad to say for anime that's pretty progressive.
Yeah. Denji compared to some other protagonists, not that's not even true. Denji compared to like is shown to be taken advantage of pretty easily.
Yeah,
and
that's like the whole point of him in part 1.
Yeah, and it's very interesting seeing like these like women in power like take advantage of him in different aspects, like Himeno, like almost sexually, and then Makima.
Well,
holy.
Okay. In anime, it's kind of rare to see women in power that isn't like an antagonist.
Yeah,
completely. So, I mean, I don't like that it's progressive, but it is. Yeah. Well, okay. I don't like that this is the one that's progressive. It should be. I want to clarify.
Yeah,
I'm not a Nazi. I swear.
Well, I think the Fujimoto...
I have high standards. That's the point that I'm... Yeah, okay.
Like, the thing is that sucks is that a lot of male writers, not just in anime, but, like, don't know how to write women. And that's sad. Fujimoto, I think, can write women. like, because he has a range of, females that have...
Yes.
Like, female characters, not females. Sorry. Like female characters that do like are all sorts of types. Like you got Kobeni, which is like crazy hysterical. Like you got Power, which is just crazy like violent.
Yeah.
You got Himeno, which is like she's just a normal person that makes bad decisions. Like yeah, she does stuff like she almost did stuff with Denji, but like she's not as like she's not so inhuman compared to like some of the other people. And then you got Makima, who's very just cold and calculated. Like he has like a range of characters that are all memorable.
Yes.
And it's like, damn.
He understands that women are real people.
Yeah, like this is the bar. Like
yeah.
I mean
again.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to be talking about this.
Yeah.
But since anime is mostly dominated by horny single dudes.
Yeah, male writers. And another thing that I like about Fujimoto's writing is that the the stuff that's bad is portrayed as like bad.
Oh,
like
you mean not quality bad, but like bad ethically.
yeah,
Okay.
like Himeno gonna sleep with Denji. Like a lot of people that were like watched this or even like when we used to like read it or whatever, like it could very easily come off as like, oh, it's like a fantasy for like a boy or whatever. And then he gets on. It's like, no, this is a crime.
This is closer to Poon Poon.
Yeah, like this is like something that shouldn't have been done.
Yeah, because from my experience watching the show, I'm just over here, instead of being like, ooh, yeah, it's more like, stop torturing the poor boy.
That is the entirety of Chainsaw Man Part 1.
Leave him alone. He's just a sweet little boy.
And in Chainsaw Man Part 2, it's kind of the same, but with someone else.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I'll get there soon.
Yeah.
Probably.
Part 2 is also very good. But yeah, like seeing Denji, and just like all the other characters just well written. Like even people with very short amount of time, like Himeno.
Yeah, I will say that all of the characters in the show are rather extreme. Like,
yeah,
from their philosophical and emotional perspectives, but that's like the point.
Yeah, like
it's good.
The point is that like they're in a society which has a group of people that even within that group of people, everyone's like, these guys are the crazy ones, and we're following those guys. So it's like anyone that's like bizarre isn't out of left field. Like they know that these are the crazies of the wild ones of the wild society.
Yeah,
and so it's like it feels very natural. And anyone that even feels slightly like normal is like, oh well, that's not great. We're talking about
the Chainsaw Man is a feminist hero. Was that what we were talking about?
Well, we were talking about like characterization and women in anime. And
I like the characters.
Yeah,
that's how I know the characterization's good. He can explain why. But
I mean, just all of them have like fleshed out, every action they take falls in line with their characters. They're all fleshed out, like they feel like real people.
I remember all of the characters, which is a good sign.
Yeah, he doesn't do that always.
I don't.
And even like the stereotypes, like Aki being like this revenge-driven, like
cold-hearted
black hair dude, like in anime, like
he's the Shadow the Hedgehog of the Chainsaw Man universe.
Yeah, but like even then, like he cries, like in one of the episodes, just straight up just starts bawling, and he's just like, it's not just like, oh, I'm like edgy and sad. He's just like, nah, I'm actually just sad. like he's like, I don't know what to do with my life except keep going, and he's just like struggling with that, and it's very good. Like, and I'd say that's one of the more like, I mean, he gets more complicated I think later, but that's one of the more straightforward characters compared to like, Denji and like Makima.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think the characters are great. What about Devils? And Devils as a power system.
Yeah, okay.
And just the world building.
The premise of Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
Is just brilliant in how like creative the Fujimoto guy can get with it. Because okay, the devils are based on human fears, and the more common the more common the fear, the more powerful the devil.
Yes,
which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, but it's also like it also connects to their abilities, which might not inherently be stronger than others, or some are inherently stronger than others, just as a concept, right?
Yeah,
like what devils do we get? Like Eternity is
a powerful one, but it's
not something as strong as like a giant snake, like
a giant snake, yeah.
Because snakes are more feared than forever.
In Primeval Man, the number one killer was likely snakes and tuberculosis. The animal that has killed the most people throughout the majority of human history is probably snakes.
I think it's mosquitoes, but
in recent times, yes, yeah. But throughout all of antiquity, it's likely snakes. But we live to get malaria now.
But like, yeah, you can do anything with it, and that the power system is that these devils make contracts, and it's not just like, oh, you need this to get this. It's just like, yeah, I'll make a deal. Like, yeah, you can give me this thing. I don't care. Or like they say the Gun Devil needs like a 1,200 yen or 2,000 yen or something like that.
$20,000. I think the like 20,000 was it 20,000 yen?
I think it's yen.
It's like $200.
Yeah, so it's like 20,000 yen for a gun. It's like, okay, and then the Future Devil's just like, I just want to sit back for the ride. Like, and then the Nail Devil.
This looks fun. Let me get in that eye.
And then the Nail Devil's like, yeah, give me like 10 years off your life or whatever the fuck. Like they could just bargain whatever, and they'll give a certain amount of their power, and their power might not even be strong. like people that are devils that are much stronger can just give away whatever they want because they're just like, yeah, sure, I don't care. And then they could be way stronger than someone that gave all their life for like Himeno gives her whole life for the ghost. Yeah. And the ghost dies pretty quickly to a person that gives up a nail. Like the exchange rate is just not equivalent all around, and I like that. Like,
yeah, it keeps the viewer on their toes.
Yeah,
like how is this go? Ding! Fuck! I completely.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
I started. I did not have a plan for where I was going to go with that. At first of 2023, Adam fucks up. I don't podcast, so this is fine. Yeah.
But yeah, it makes it so that the system is flexible. That even if powers come out of nowhere, like it still
makes sense.
Yeah, it still makes sense within the world. Like there are still stakes. Because, like, even Aki with, like, the Future Devil, which is, like, pretty strong, like, seeing slightly in the future is pretty good, but it's only really good if you can make it really good.
Yeah.
And, you know, stuff like that. It's just so... It's very akin to, like, say, a JoJo's power system.
Yeah.
Where it's just, like, it's very individual-based, and what their powers can do is like that, but there's still a system, like, of how it works. Because if you have a fear of something, like... If you identify like a fear, you're like, okay, well, what can I said the Nail Devil. I meant the Curse Devil.
Yeah, I noticed you fucked up. I just didn't want to
say a ding for me too. I'll do it right now too. We both get a ding. But the like if you say the curse, right? Like you understand like, oh, it's gonna be something.
Superstition.
Like, yeah, superstitious. Yeah. You say the snake, oh, it bites something. Like you see the ghost, it can like move through stuff or like just be this creepy thing. Like they all like
the chainsaw devil. He has chainsaws.
Yeah, the samurai sword devil or the katana.
He's just got 3 swords.
Yeah,
it's
like
boom.
The powers make sense within the world of just like they say the thing that people fear. You're like, oh, they might have this power, and you're like, yeah, kinda.
Yeah, there's the violence devil that just punches things.
Yeah.
With his normal ass fists.
Yeah.
Power is a blood fiend, so she uses her blood to make weapons. That makes sense.
Yeah. The only thing, like maybe Angel Devil, which takes away life.
Yeah, that's the only thing where it's like, okay, there's he's getting a little bit creative with that, but
yeah, I mean, but there's probably some biblical like interpretation of that's either in the Bible or not in the Bible that an angel can or takes away life or something.
Yeah,
because like angels have been like looked at as like Grim Reapers too, or like moving things on to the afterlife. So
yes.
take
be not afraid.
Yeah, so it's like that's not too far off either. Like crazy compare, and like even that is like the furthest, right? But yeah, the power system's stellar. It's really good.
A very, very good premise for a manga. Right there. That one right there. That's a good one.
Chainsaw Man. What else?
I have something I didn't like about the anime.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that.
The sound design.
Oh.
I did for the most part. Like in the snake katana ghost on the roof fight, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
But for most of the rest of it, the music too, but the sound effects I think were kind of lackluster in comparison to how much effort they put into the visuals. Because the sound design to me just felt like a basic sound design for that could be in any other action anime, when they could have very easily just, or I don't want to say very easily, but like well, they could have gone way more ham on it than they did.
Yeah.
And for the soundtrack, I mean, for some of the scenes, some of the stuff they did was kind of effective, but I was hoping for more of like a a Doom Eternal direction. Something not necessarily super like metal or whatever, but something that's like way more hard hitting in the moment to accompany the guy who's covered in chainsaws fighting the guy who's covered in swords, just giving like a shit, you know?
Yeah. But
Instead, it just kind of felt like music that could have been in any other action anime, and sound effects that could have been in any other action anime.
yeah, which serves its purpose, but doesn't like lift up the scenes.
Yeah,
in
which
any
brings
capacity.
me to this point, right? I'm an audio engineer,
Yes.
sound designer, composer,
Yes.
Studio Mappa. If you want to hire me for season 2 of Chainsaw Man, I can bring a new element to your audio visual department. Just be like, all right, guys, we're gonna run everything through like 5 different distortions. They're gonna be like,
Oh,
what?
that's a solution. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, let's go.
Well, you never know, because I know that someone who did a fan animations. I mean, I think there were multiple people that did fan animation for Chainsaw Man, got hired to do some of the animation for Chainsaw Man. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah. Quick, I guess tangent. The fan animators for Chainsaw Man, fucking lightning. Like,
I have not seen many at all.
'cause they're mostly on Twitter. That's why.
Oh, on Twitter. Okay.
But
Is it just like the typical shipping AU stuff, or
No.
no?
They're just scenes from the manga that they just fully like sketch out. Like
Oh, like as a speed paint thing, or is it like, are they animating scenes from the manga?
they make us like fuller scenes like as like animation, like but using the manga as the base, and then they just like make it like a full like animation.
You're gonna have to show me some of these later.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like in part 2 when that started. Also the fan arts, they're very quick. Like when part 2 started, there was so many there was already fan animations and like art of the
I saw a few fan arts of the Chicken Devil.
yeah. There's also that, but the fandom for Chainsaw Man is very strong, which I feel like put people off because the fan base can get. I mean, all fan bases.
I mean, that's just an issue of everything on the internet now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it happened to Undertale, it happened to Steven Universe, it happened to fucking literally everything.
Yeah. Well, anything like that people like really love, they want other people to enjoy the things that they enjoy, and when they try to force it or overhype it, it does diminish the returns.
If you, let's say I really love Chainsaw Man, I shout out from the rooftops, Chainsaw Man is good, and they're like, they're down at the bottom of the bottom floor yelling back up at me, stop being cringe.
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
It's the classic fandom debate. Like,
Yeah.
is fandom good for art? Is it bad for art? Does it drive people away, or does it bring people in? It's very hard to tell
All of them
at once.
Yeah, all of them at once.
Yes.
Because like I get really excited to see people like react and watch the stuff that I like, but then I'll see people like spoil like stuff, and it's just like, I get that you're excited, but like, why? Like the excitement comes from them finding out the twists and turns. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, okay. To be fair, I don't ascribe to this thought process, but there are a lot of people out there who do not care about spoilers, and it will not affect their enjoyment of the series or the movie or whatever.
Yeah, but like the presumption, right, is when you talk to someone about something that they haven't experienced,
Like, the default is avoid spoilers.
Yeah,
before.
the default is avoid instead of, oh, let me tell you all of what happens. Like,
Dude, Chainsaw Man's so good. He has the secret chainsaw in his foot that he uses to win the fight.
yeah. Which does happen and was foreshadowed slightly, so that was cool.
I missed out on the foreshadowing.
I missed out too until someone pointed out that when he was training with Kishibe, that his pants were ripped. And I was like, oh, that's sick. I didn't notice that.
That's neat.
Yeah. But yeah, fandoms can be rough.
Yeah, I used to enjoy fandoms a lot more back when I still browsed Reddit. Like, I got a real good time looking at the DDLC subreddit. But
Yeah, the communities within themselves can be pretty fun. It's how they interact with people outside of the community or newcomers that are problematic.
yeah,
generally.
that's how you get the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce debacle,
yeah.
or Let's see what other cool and fun fandom things have been cringe in the past.
The barking stuff from Chainsaw Man.
The barking stuff.
Yeah.
What's the barking stuff?
Oh, I didn't set this up. I missed what I have. I'm gonna get up real quick.
Okay.
Oh no.
When you get back, you're gonna tell me about the barking stuff. Woof woof. Ah.
Yeah. The barking stuff. Because you know how Denji's treated like a dog?
Yeah.
So whenever they see like Makima, they just start barking.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, but when they do it in mass, when they're doing like announcements or something, it's like
like at a live trailer showing, or
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where it's just like okay.
Oh, I don't know. I can still see that being kind of funny.
It's kind of funny, but like when
if there's only like one guy doing it, okay, yeah, I can see how that can be an issue.
But
because like I used to watch a lot of like E3 reveals for new games, and when people get really hyped for it, they start screaming like yeah. And if there's like 200 people doing that at the same time, it's fucking wild. So I in my head I'm imagining like a press conference with 5,000 people just in really deep voices going ooh ooh ooh. Just at when Makima like does the squish move.
Yeah.
So I think that would be good. But if it's only like one dude barking in the audience, that can be yeah.
Just it's a couple dozen,
and the rest of them don't even know what the series is, and they're just looking over. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, even just like some of the like Mappa's announcing something or Shonen Jump's announcing something, and they just put barks in the chat or something.
Barks in the chat.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of funny at first, but like you know how stuff just becomes more cringe, like you know like Among Us stuff got more cringe or whatever.
Among Us stuff is always cool.
True. Watch Glass Onion. But yeah, fandoms can be toxic. It can be kind of weird, strange, especially to outsiders like that aren't part of the group's dynamics or don't know what's going on, which is fair. Let's see, what else can we talk about of the episodes? Because like yeah, a lot of the stuff we've been saying kind of cover both. I mean, it just covers the story.
Oh wow, Chainsaw Man's good. Who would have fucking guessed? Oh. What a revelation! They
animate Makima very well and detailed.
Oh yeah, I thought they did a very good job portraying. I think I said portraying.
No, you said portraying.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Oh wow, thanks. My consonants are good.
Okay, you're saying.
Yeah, I like there was a scene in episode 6 where Denji, like this is after he grabs Power's boobs and then he's like, I don't know what to do with my life anymore. Yeah. and he's talking to Makima. He's like, I grabbed boobs and now I don't know what to do with my life. And she like turns him around, and, like straddles him and says, and just is just like
caressing the hands and stuff.
Yeah, she's like. You know, if you do things that I want, you know, maybe the sex will you can do the sex. Yeah. And he's like, oh
yeah, that was one of the most sensual scenes I've seen in, at the very least, an anime.
Yeah, well, okay, that's not my point. My point is that I thought that it was intentionally sinister in my mind.
I mean, she's manipulating a child, yes.
Yes.
Which the thing is that I think a lot of people miss, because you know the way that Himeno is, right, and then people are like, oh my god, she tried to sleep with a minor, right, but then she like comes back on it, and then they treat her like, oh, like that was really shitty, which it's not a great thing to do, obviously, but then Makima obviously says, yeah, I'll do whatever you want, like just do this for me. Like she's obviously worse, like
yeah. Even
within the first 12 episodes, like, but no one like calls her out for anything. They're just like, oh, Makima's kind of weird. Ooh.
Her eyes are yellow and red? Huh,
and
that's kind of neat.
Yeah. Makima's cool. She's she might be my second favorite character after Denji and all of Chainsaw Man. But I like Power. I don't know. I like a lot of the characters. Sue me.
The characters are good in Chainsaw Man.
But there was a scene that people talked about that I thought was so funny, because you know how Makima tries to like manipulate the situations and stuff, like or at least try to like keep a hold on them. You know how she got shot,
Yes.
and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get shot." And the point of the scene is, oh, she's lying. That means she's like, why is she hiding this stuff, right? Like that's the main point of the scene.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I guess she didn't get shot," and it's like,
No, we saw her get
yes,
shot.
yes, that's the point. I'm saying that like even though we literally saw what happened, people are like, oh, "I guess she didn't get shot. I wonder how that happened." And it's like the
I mean, I can see that line of thinking if you're also thinking like, oh, that was a body double. She hired somebody to like
that's what some
masquerade
people
as herself.
think, yeah.
But
like I'm just saying that the things that she says and does works on the audience as well.
yeah,
Like I know people have pointed this out before, but just like how on the internet Makima's like sexualized a lot more than she actually is. Like in the anime and manga, like she's like she uses her sexuality, but she's not like sexualized, right? Like she's not like underdressed or like in like,
there's no
this-
sudden close-ups with like swirls in the background just on the boobs, and there's no like Kya or whatever.
Sure, there's also not that, but like in art they like draw her with like giant boobs or like a big butt or whatever, and it's like she looks just like a normal like generally like just a regular like woman, and it's just like you know how she sexualizes herself to get Denji, right? Well, it's working too much on the audience as well.
Oh, okay.
Like all this, like it's just very funny that all the stuff that Makima does within the story, works outside of the story. And it's just like, damn, Fujimoto, you wrote her too well.
Perhaps.
Sorry. What else? I don't know what else we should talk about for.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, like, I was surprised that they how little of the manga they actually got to. I mean, I think it works just based on the pace of the show.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
I think they added a decent amount of stuff because, like, even, like the episode where Himeno dies and Makima gets shot. The first half is Himeno's point of view from when she brings back Denji, and then it just leads up to, Denji not wanting to sleep with her. And that also was anime original, and it took up half an episode, or the decent amount of that half at least. And so they added in like quote unquote like filler, but like stuff that added to like the experience of watching it.
Because like I would have thought that the studio would have wanted to like do all of part 1 in one season. Because
I don't think it would have worked for.
I don't think it would have worked, but I think they would have wanted to do that.
Well, I think what they're doing is pretty good. Like
I like this more.
Yeah, at the pace.
Give them time to flesh shit out. Let's go.
Oh, absolutely. Because like if you really go full artsy and just fleshing stuff out, like the last third of the manga is nothing but gold. It'll be gorgeous, and I don't just mean that in like the aesthetic sense, just artistically, like thematically.
The fact that it actually got made and it was good is beautiful.
Yeah, like just damn, that's how it works. That's how everything could be, but they're not.
Well, we'll have to wait a good 5 years to see that probably. But
because at the rate they're going, I think I tried to math it out, kind of, and the rest of the manga should take like 2.5 seasons.
2.5,
I think. 2.5? No, a season and a half. I think a season and a half is like that. And so I don't know how they're gonna do some of the arcs. So I don't know if they're just gonna have like an 18-episode season and just do all of it, or do 12 episodes and then like a movie either for the stuff right after after the first season, or will be the last chunk of of part 1.
Or they could just stop here and they just never make the rest of the anime, which is also a possibility.
Yeah, but like because the manga's so good, I'd be okay with that. but also because the anime is so good, I want to see the rest of it.
Well, chances are, since it's so popular, it's gonna get another season.
I hope so, but like Mappa's like overworked, like so I don't want them to die for this. Like I like Chainsaw Man, but not that much. I don't know how you feel.
I mean, I have the manga, so I'm good. I think the manga's better because it doesn't have bad sound design. I can imagine good sound design in my head.
You're like, because I'm awesome, the manga's better.
Yeah. The theater of the mind conquers all.
Yeah. Well, the anime's really good, though.
Yes. Watch the anime if you want to watch the anime. Read the manga if you want to read the manga. They're both good. They both hit different.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you'll find good stuff out of both of them that the other doesn't have.
Currently, I prefer the manga, but that's mostly because they haven't finished the anime yet.
That's fair.
And I don't know how they're going to do the most important scenes in the manga.
Yeah, this is the first... The season 1 of the anime is the worst part of the manga.
It is excellent. Probably anime of the year. Also kind of shit for Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, it's
compared to what happens in the second half of the manga.
Oh, the second half goes
baby.
hard.
God,
I know you're not a huge fan of the next stuff that happens, but I think the next stuff that happens is still better than what we've had.
Well,
already.
hold on. I didn't say that I wasn't huge on the next stuff that happens. I just haven't read it.
Oh, you mean part 2? I meant the Reze stuff.
Reze.
Like immediately after season 1.
Girl.
Yeah, like I like that stuff quite a bit, and I think even though you're not like
I'm not as big on that arc,
but I think you still agree that that's better than
it's good. It's good that it's in the manga.
Yeah, and so
because it does stuff for Denji, for his like character or whatever,
or whatever.
Yeah,
and the world a little bit. Like it's the
you get a cool fight out of it.
You get a really cool fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chainsaw Man, pretty good. I want to talk about part 2. But we're not gonna, and we didn't really talk about part 1 we just talked about season 1.
Part 2. There's a chicken.
That is true. it was a cool chicken, Bucky. I think Bucky was his name.
Rest in peace, Bucky the chicken.
Any final thoughts? I guess because I feel this is gonna be a shorter episode than we expected, but. Because we didn't go beat by beat, we just kind of went.
Okay. What other anime came out last year that was good? Mob Psycho season 3. I still haven't seen.
Season 3 was very good. What else? Made.
Oh yeah, Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss. Well, we watched that. No, but I was talking about Made War.
Made War.
Akiba Made War.
I do not know what that is.
It's on High Dive, which you can use mine if you want. But it's basically think of a Yakuza film or a gang film, except it's the maid cafes at war with each other, and they murder each other.
Okay. All right.
You
got me now. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Like it's funny. It's really good though. There's a death in that show that hit me harder than deaths in some of the other shows I was watching. This was the comedy show I was watching. And I was like, damn, that hurt me a lot. I heard that I want to watch the Gundam Mercury show. I heard that one really good. I don't know if you're down to watch that.
I mean, I guess Gundam is just a really hard franchise to get into because there's so much of it.
Well, this one's supposed to be like a standalone.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Like a separate universe or whatever, like a parallel. No.
Sure.
So I heard this one's a good standalone, or a good one to get into. Because I know Iron Blood Orphans.
Yeah, I tried watching Gundam Wing, which I did not like all that much, even though it's supposed to be one of the best of the Gundams.
And for me, I know Iron Blood Orphans is really good. And that's the one that that was the one in like the 2010s that people got into Gundam. That was its own thing. I think The Witch of Mercury is supposed to be really good. Because I heard stuff about the last episode. I'm like, well, that's crazy. So I want to watch that.
I know there's one Gundam series where the bad guys are all quadruple amputees.
Oh,
I don't remember which one that is, but. They can only use the mechs if they have no arms or legs.
Darling in the Franxx.
That it's not Darling in the Franxx.
That's fair, yeah. Um, I don't know. I have to look at my list because I keep track of everything there. But there's some good stuff that came out last year. I just can't recall them.
Like
all at
Chainsaw
once.
Man.
Like Chainsaw.
Like
Man.
Chainsaw Man. This anime is so good that even the not super nerdy people at work talk about it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is.
People at your work talk about it.
Yeah. There aren't very many people at the place that I work who are weebs like myself.
I'm so sorry. Attack on Titan came out last year. Or at least
That's hopefully the second to last season. The second to last season of the final season.
yeah. I don't know. I'm going to look it up. I might cut some of this out, but it's bothering me that I can't remember some of this
Because
stuff.
like people have
Blue Lock?
what the hell is Blue Lock?
It's a soccer anime. It's okay. It's fun. What the hell is that? Air start date. JoJo's Part 3? No. JoJo's
Part 3?
Part 6 came
Part
out.
6?
Both the second and third.
Yeah, which
part of
I
Part
still
6.
have to watch that.
I liked it.
I like the manga. I still have to watch.
Mobs.
Oh, JoJo's example of an anime with really good sound design,
Yeah.
especially in part 4 with the Zahando and Kira Queen
Bites. Bites
actor-
Zadosto.
bites Zadasto. Zawardo.
That's part 3, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's part 3.
Star Platinum. Zawardo. That's part 4.
Part 5 has some good ones too, but I'm blanking on.
Well, Bleach came back, which the
Oh,
newest
yeah.
season was very good.
I've heard no one talk about it.
I have heard people talk about it.
What they say about it.
It's pretty good.
Ooh.
It is pretty good. Pop Team Epic came back. Spy Family. It's pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
Spy Family was huge.
Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of stuff, apparently. Kaguya, which is very good, I think. Kaguya.
Love is War?
Yeah, Love
Oh
is
yeah,
War.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Shield Hero, which wasn't good.
Ooh.
Oh, Paripikome. Your boy Kong Ming. That one's very good.
I've never heard of that.
It's like Zhu Liang. So this guy Kong Ming,
He's coming?
a strategist in ancient China.
Okay.
He gets reincarnated in current Japan, but not like in a different body. Like
just himself.
Just himself. And he tries to get this girl to become the biggest pop idol, and it's very funny.
So he's like he's got like that first-hand knowledge of the art of war, and we have to deceive the enemies.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
that. It's pretty fun. I quite like it. I like what's it called in English? It's called, well, in Japanese, The Executioner and Her Way of Life. I like that one.
Yeah,
No one talks about that
Never
one.
heard of it.
It's about a world where a lot of Japanese people get reincarnated and have superpowers, and to the point where those people fucked up the world, this new
Oh.
world, and if they stay long enough, they get like, if they use their powers enough times, they become like uncontrollable, and their powers get corrupted and stuff. And it's about this one girl who gets reincarnated there, and an assassin that kills people that get reincarnated, so that they don't fuck up the world.
So it's cyberpunk meets the
Isekai.
stained arc of My Hero Academia.
mixed with like typical isekai stuff a little bit,
Oh, okay.
but like I think it's more interesting than that. But yeah,
Cyberpunk came out last year.
Cyberpunk
That was
did come
pretty
out this
good.
year.
Like that one.
Dress Up Darling, which people liked, that was fine.
Slice of life bullshit.
No,
Oh my god, they made they made the girl super cute. Oh my god, wow.
yeah, I think Mari's overhyped, but
Is that her name?
yeah,
She's blonde.
she's blonde.
She gets her boyfriend to do all the work. That's all I know about the show.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, she doesn't know how to do it, so she just asks him to do it. So he does it. Anyway, yeah, those are some anime. There's other ones that came out that I didn't watch that were popular too. Like I said, Witch of Mercury, Summertime Rendering.
I've never heard of that one.
It's akin to like a time looping show like ReZero or Higurashi
Or A Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
or that.
Have you seen that one?
I have not.
Okay, it's nothing like ReZero.
Okay, but I heard Summertime Rendering is really good, and if it's finally on Hulu, and I want to watch that, I'm probably gonna watch that like in the next few weeks. I don't know if you want to watch it.
Not if it's on Hulu.
Okay, Dad. My dad hates Hulu. Also,
I don't have it.
Oh.
So.
never mind then. I'm so sorry. And there's some other ones I can't remember. Oh, Bochi the Rock. I heard's really good.
Oh yeah, Bochi the Rock. I mean, it's more slice of life bullshit, but you know,
Slice of Life isn't bad. You just don't like it.
it is bad because I don't like it.
So yeah, that's I guess our anime talk. Do you have any anime you want to shout out?
Fuck.
I like ReZero a lot. Watch
I also
ReZero.
like ReZero quite a bit. What is their new season out or something?
No, do you want to name something? Because I named ReZero.
What's an anime I like? Fucking Legend of the Galactic Heroes, but like the one from the 90s.
Have you watched the newest one?
No.
Oh, okay. Don't watch Gurren Lagann.
Why not? It's the greatest anime of all time.
I don't like it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't like it.
It is the best Trigger property. It's the best thing they've ever done.
That's Gynex. You buffoon.
Shit, you're right. It is Gynax. It's the best thing that Gynax has ever done.
I can't argue.
It is
with
better than Evangelion Fight Me.
that. Gynex is Evangelion?
Yep.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's interesting. I haven't seen Eva, so
There are some very specific things that are very good in Eva. The rest of it's kind of like whatever.
Okay. I've heard Eva be called quite literally everything under the sun. Great,
Yeah,
terrible.
it's the most important
fine.
anime ever made, or whatever.
Sure.
And if you go into the series knowing that it's the most important anime of all time, it makes a lot of sense for the rest of anime existing, because like a lot of the tropes that we're familiar with in anime that we
Come from that, like a tsundere.
yeah, a lot of it doesn't necessarily, maybe not like was invented by Evangelion, but because they were present
Popularized.
in Evangelion, now everything has to be like stemming from that in some way.
I mean, like the isekai wave stemmed from fucking Sword Art. And Sword Art's not even an isekai, really.
It's not even good.
Also that. So are most isekai. They're not good. It's a good premise. that people don't do
Shout out
something
to that Isekai Machiavellian anime for being complete shit.
Oh,
I don't
the
remember
realist
what-
of a hero. The real, like,
Yeah, that's right. The realist hero.
yeah, the realist hero.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. That show was awful.
You could literally watch so many other good shows, and you decided to watch Realist Hero.
It was awful. Oh my god, it pissed me off.
Anyway, I didn't watch that, and I don't podcast. Thanks for watching. That's all right.
Vroom, vroom. Chainsaws.
Ooh.
Remember when we were talking about chainsaw?
Yeah, we went off the handle a little bit. Bye.